Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a system build, and we are going to tackle something a little bit different. So, what do we have here? A Commodore Plus 4. Well, it's not really. I think you might have a look at the back here and see that I've been busy with this one, and it's got some ports on the back that are a little bit different. And this is my new Amiga. And you're going to wonder, what on earth's he on about? Well, I'm not a big one for emulating software and Pi hardware and stuff like that, because I like to have in my hands a bit of retro, a little bit of something. Recently I picked up a couple of these Plus 4s, and the TED chips are gone on them, and they're like hen's teeth to replace. I'll go into that later on. So I thought, well, because I've got 3 or 4 of them, I'll use one and see if I can get this working as a Pi Amiga. So this is what I did. So first of all, big massive shout out to Chris Edwards. If anybody doesn't know who Chris is, all you need to do is have a look for his channel on YouTube. The guy is an Amiga master. He's absolutely spot on, and I'm using his Pi Amiga build. And as you can see here, everything's set up. All the WH games are all on there, and I'm showing you literally how quick a Pi 4 works with the Pi Amiga software on there. And I'm running probably the best benchmark you can do, which is Frontier 2, and this thing is absolutely running like the clappers. I would say this is faster than an Amiga 4000. Yeah, probably accelerated as well. It's very new. The build contains pretty much every game you'd want to play. It even lets you play Quake and Duke Nukem and stuff like that. Check it out, it's absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, that is lightning fast. My original Amiga 1200, it was a choke fest. This, I can't believe I used to play it. I would say that's running 10 times faster than my 1200, 8-10 times faster, something like that. Yeah, so if you can't get yourself an Amiga, you don't want to spend an absolute fortune on one, I totally recommend the Pi Amiga. A lot of people bought the Pi 400 because it's got its keyboard and all that, but I wanted something a bit more retro-y. And the biggest problem with doing that is getting a retro keyboard to work. So I'll go through in a second and tell you how I've literally done this build. The demo's just about the bit that I consider the speed difference, which is literally as it flies through a space station. That's where you see how fast this thing is going. It's absolutely rapid. So I've got mine working with the internet. You can use the Pi's Wi-Fi. I'm just using normal RJ45 connector into the Pi. One of the things I did do as well is I bought a little extension board which I found on Amazon, which allows you to have 2 HDMI's out. It's like a daughter board. It snaps onto the side. It's a really nice little thing, and it was only, I think it was only about £8 or something. I can't remember exactly, but I'll put some links up if anybody wants. As always, anybody wants to contact us, the email address for the channel is nerdattic@outlook.com. And if you want to send in some donations, again, what I'm doing with the donations, not this one, but everything that people send in, is I'm fixing and making videos of them, and then I'm raffling them off onto the channel. I don't want this stuff, I haven't got room for this stuff, but the idea is to give back to the channel. So if somebody sends something in, I will be donating that off to somebody. So enough waffling on, let's have a look at how I've done this. So I'll just disconnect everything here. As you can see, the daughter board has the power supply on and 2 HDMI's. I have a USB in there as well, so I can load ADF files from the PC, which makes it nice and easy. You can use, the Wi-Fi to do that, but I'm just using it. Here's another plus 4, and as you can see, I'm having the same problems. None of these work. The silver compartment there that I'm tapping, that's got the TED chip under. The TED chip is notorious for overheating and literally failing. You've also got all the custom chips along the bottom here, which are just the ROMs and stuff like that, because the plus 4, if by the name, has 4 pieces of software in. It's got a spreadsheet and stuff like that, in a word processor, etc. That's all on them chips. Now, I do plan on getting these working. The simple connector from the keyboard is a ribbon cable, which is soldered into the board. So the first thing I thought of was, right, I'm going to have to unsolder that ribbon cable, because connecting that's going to be a nightmare. And how to get that keyboard to work with a Pi. And my first thought was USB. I've got to try and get a USB keyboard. Now, I have used Kieran's before, and I highly recommend these. They're fantastic little boards, and you can get these for most of the Amiga pages, and like I say, it doesn't take much to find one. And basically what it does is it allows you to connect Amiga keyboards to a USB out. So you'll be wondering, what are these cables hanging out the back and looping back in? This is me, still a work in progress. These will disappear, and these cables won't need to go in and out like that. They will literally be all done inside. So here we go, the big reveal. Let's pull that out there. I've got a little heat sink at the top of the case for the Pi, so I'm just disconnecting that there. If you're wondering what I'm doing, you can't see it on shot, but you'll see when I pull it on one side here. So there you go. So the blue board is the keyring, and the keyring is basically a device that you can plug a keyboard into, and it will turn it into a USB. It does a few other things. It also gives you joystick ports and stuff like that. There's the daughter board, what I'm pointing to now, which literally gives you an internal USB and 2 HDMIs and an internal power. So if you snap that in, it doubles the size of the Pi. You don't have to use that. It's just I fancied having 2 full-size USBs. The keyring, you can literally connect Amiga, C64 keyboards, plus 4 keyboards, all to them. If you don't know what one is, just have a little read up on it. Like I say, I'm just using parts here. Now you can see there's a USB cable that comes out the keyring, comes into the computer, and because it's a long one, it's just wrapped around there. That's the black cable. Then goes out the computer and into the USB port of the Pi. What I've done also is the 2 wires that you can see in front of you are literally these 2 here. These 2 are just a LED, so it's got a power LED so you can see when it's on. I haven't put a power switch on. That is to do as well as this one as well, which is to get an external SD card mount there. So that's going to go, because I don't know if you can see that, it's just under the board there. So as a Piamiga, it works absolutely fine like that, but it would be nice just to take that out and you could slip in literally any other build. So you could have a Pi Next, it could have a Pi, whatever computer you want to use, Commodore 64, whatever emulation piece of software you want to use. And this gives you full access to the full keyboard of the Plus 4. So I'll just connect them heat sinks back in there, put it back together. So it's not quite finished, but I thought I'd share it because there's a few people been asking what am I using for an Amiga at the minute, and it's one of these. And it's fast, it's rapid fast, and it's cheap. That's the other thing. If you can pick up a Plus 4 case or a broken Plus 4 on eBay I wouldn't spend more than 30 quid on it. But you know, because some people want ridiculous money for these things. You know, a broken piece of kit, then you need the knowledge to fix them, the TED chip to fix them. TED chips are ridiculously expensive at the moment. There's all sorts of other TED chips you can buy. People are doing, workarounds and stuff like that, but basically they should be cheap enough. Now the good thing about these cases as well, I think I can get an Ngo board in there and make this into a full spectrum Next. It again, by keeping it might be a bit of a push getting the keyring in there as well, because the only problem is it looks thick, but it actually hasn't got much height. But a little bit of jiggery pokery, I think it can be done. But that might be for another build. But as you can see here, what I've done is I've cut out a few things on the back, so I'll just put like for like so you can see here. So there, I had to make that into more of a square hole. I'm using the cartridge slot for the joystick ports, as well as the expansion boards for there. And the only other bit I had to cut out was the last two, the PSU connector and the one next to it, which I just used these pliers to literally snap out and make them square. And it looks great. And to be honest, once that cable's out of the way, which is my next thing, to connect that internally, it'll be bang on. And the keyboard's a really nice keyboard actually. It's not the best, but it's not crap, but it's got a retro feel, so it does feel like you're using something like an Amiga. And like I say, once I get that external SD card reader working on the side of it, it'll do everything. It'll be Pi, Retro Pi, anything you want to do with Commodore 64, whatever. So I hope you like this, and I hope it inspires you to have a go. Like I say, all you need is a Pi, a retro key, and a case, and away you go. And you've got so guys, much there you go. There we have the wrap up on the Piamiga. I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed doing it, and I'm really loving using it. And it's a nice little clean option, which can be used for other stuff. Like I say, you can plug something else in. But as always, please like and subscribe. We're literally very close to the 400 mark of making this video, and then I can do the raffle and find out who wins the ZX Spectrum. And as I've said before, the next competition will be for an Atari ST FM, fully recapped and ready to go. So again, thanks for watching guys, thanks for all your support, and I'll see you next time.